All right, so let's talk about the U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia, which happens to be in Riyadh, which is the capital city area, and which is where QEC is also located. So as of January of this year, 2018, QEC had at least 60 complaints filed in the last year by U.S. citizens. So that would be 10 times the amount of complaints of the second most complained about company in Saudi Arabia. So we can see this is very significant, that there's a huge amount of complaints going on. What happened last year, and we're talking about the end of the academic year of 2017, which I think may have been in May, was that QEC required their employees to stay in these hotel rooms during Ramadan. They had to stay for 2 or 3 weeks because they couldn't make payroll. This is really insane. I mean, the thing is that they easily could have, banks would have loaned them money. In fact, we'll prove that they represent, that they're actually a viable company. I have proof that I'll talk about in another video. So here they got all these employees sitting in hotel rooms throughout the kingdom waiting to be paid. Now, for the ones that left, they had to get their money wired into their bank accounts or whatever they did. And the thing is, the employee is going to pay for that. You know, that's going to be an expense. Again, the fraud that doesn't tolerate those kind of expenses. The employee is going to pay that. So in 2017, you also had about 12 employees showed up at the Riyadh corporate office and 12 teachers, and did a sit-in demanding to be paid. So, and during these 3 weeks, I mean, this is Ramadan. You don't have any money. It's pretty hot. The company's not communicating with you. They're really good at not answering their phones. They will shut down your email. They just don't want to. They just don't want to hear about it. So, of course, you would be paid. I mean, if you're waiting to be paid, you would be paid during this period, but not with QEC. So they actually forced these employees to sit around and wait to be paid, which is ludicrous. And this is one of the reasons we have these huge amount of complaints this year, last year, and this year. This year they did the same thing. They're never clear on when the academic period's going to end. And what happened this year and last year is that they'll give a date that they're going to be paid, which again should be the last day of instruction. Your last day of instruction, you should be paid. I mean, that's just the way it is. And then they're going to provide a plane ticket. No, they're not going to provide a plane ticket. What they're going to do with the plane ticket is they're going to give you an amount, maybe about $300. And for the employees that I knew that had to go to North America, they had out-of-pocket expenses, and even to London. So they're going to, instead of buying a ticket with a luggage allowance and everything else, they're going to give you a small snippet of money, and you're going to pay the difference. Now, what happened during this 3-week period in 2017, that we know for a fact that at least one teacher had an emotional breakdown because of the stress of not knowing when he was going to leave, the company being non-communicative with what's going on. Again, these are all common things. You can absolutely expect that this is going to happen to you. So the fact is that we were in contact with the consulate, about the concerns in December and January of 2017, 2018, and they had told us that in February of 2018 they were going to be doing a workshop for QEC, and it was basically titled How to Run a Company. Obviously it should be titled How to Run a more successful fraud or something. So this was just a kind gesture for the embassy, just to remind this company that, look, you're really a bad company. I mean, you're evil, actually. So I would imagine, I'm going to try to find out what the numbers are, but it's easy to assume that those 60 complaints in December of 2017 in January is likely up to 80 or more because of the shenanigans that they did this year, where they gave employees a date that they were going to leave. It was like 2 weeks out or 3 weeks out. Employees bought their tickets. Then all of a sudden they were told, nope, we're going to do it in 2 or 3 days. And so employees are stuck buying a second ticket. Okay, this is the hell they're going to put you through. Anyway, good luck out there.